All right, guys, you can see the master video. We'll have a master video, but let me really quickly recap 1 and 2 for you. So there's an Adley refractor, Maingum Riley Green refractor, Doxicus Terang, Wenzel, and Antoine Kelly purple. And then Ethan Hankins, Gambrel, Adaman, Palante, Cantorino, Quintana, and Riley Green. Those were the first 2 boxes of this case. There's the master video too, so you can always check the master video. We are currently at the 50-minute mark on the master video, so you probably want to go to about the 40-minute mark, approximately. The master video is called 2019 Bowman Draft Jumbo, and it'll probably be published around 3 a.m., 2:30 a.m. Eastern on the 27th. Tommy Henry. So you'll be able to find that. I mean, it'll be a pretty long video. It's already 50 minutes. It'll probably be about an hour and a half long total. And it just has 2 cases of this in it, Bowman Draft. Jackson Cower. Oh, I forgot the 5 wide. Hold on one second. Chase Strump, Speckle, wow, nice. Josh Jung refractor auto, really nice card for the Rangers. So Rangers box 3. Abrams refractor. The one that hasn't filled yet. Ortiz. That's usually where the auto is, right? Wander Franco refractor. That's a nice card. Tyler Baum. Andrew Vaughn refractor. Darian Cruz. Darian, YouTuber Darian, Greg Vaughn, Wander Franco, CJ Abrams, Strump, and Jackson Cower. Tyler Baum and Josh Jung refractor. Nice card. And Tommy Henry, blue refractor. Skip, I refunded you, but I'll be honest, I'd rather you didn't join another one. Kelvin, yeah, man, go ahead, ask away. Brennan Malone, ooh, nice card. Cody Host, does Greg have the Dodgers in 4? I know he's got the Dodgers in 1. I just don't remember which number it is. Gypsy Queen's all sold out. Evan Fitterer. Did they just post the Robert? I didn't see that. Gambrel. Well, I could tell you what I would do if I was starting over. The first thing I would do is start small. I really wouldn't start, well, I don't know. I don't know if now's a bad time or a good time to start. I would start small. I'd do small breaks. And I'd probably give a few away, you know, build up my my reputation a little bit, let people see, you know, how smoothly I break, how quickly I ship, how well I package, you know what I mean? Before I even started charging anybody, I'd probably do a couple free ones just to let people see it. Then when I did start charging, I would make sure that I was, you know, the lowest by a fair margin. You know, you wouldn't really want to be just low. You'd want to be, you know, really low. Until you've got, like, say, 1,000 people on your email list. I think with 1,000 people, you could pretty much start doing case breaks in earnest, you know. But you're gonna need a niche. You're gonna need something that you do that nobody else does. Keone Cavaco, it's a nice card. I mean, it's a really nice auto. Sammy Siani. I think about the time I hit 1,000 email subscribers, when I did that, I think that's about the time that I could pretty much break anything, you know. Not necessarily multiple cases, but I could fill pretty much a case of anything at that point. Keone Cavaco, it's a nice card. And Davis, wow, we're actually not gonna put. Should we? You know what? I'm gonna keep that up. I'm not gonna put up the Davis Wenzel. Sorry if you got the Rangers. Gambrel, Brennan Malone, and look at this, Cody Host. Yeah, 13th overall pick, the Cavaco. All right, box 5. No, I don't feel disrespected. The only time I feel disrespected by another breaker is when they come in and they start linking their breaks. They'll come into the chat and they'll just start dropping links to their breaks. Why break with this guy? We're so much better. And then, they're gone. You know what I mean? That, I don't like that. But if they're that desperate, then they're obviously not doing a very good job anyway. The good thing about YouTube is unless you're a Matthew Thompson, unless you're a mod, you can't post links, So it kind of saves me from that nowadays. But in the old days, that used to happen all the time. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of people that have come along since I started that, doing as well as I am, or if not better. What I wish I had done early is created a network of breakers instead of just, only being me. I never wanted to partner up with anybody. I wish I had done that though. About 2013, 2014, a bunch of breakers partnered up underneath one guy. He made him a bunch of promises and stuff like that. He ended up getting busted shilling their breaks on eBay, so it didn't really work out, but ooh, look at that one. Maybe he's got the Dodgers in this one. Michael Bush, black refractor auto. Very nice. This was a huge Dodgers case. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Seth Beer, that's funny. But I don't know. They're still, their little network is still, well, there's not a little network. It's a pretty big network. It's still running, still going strong. So they lost a couple of their breakers. Josh Smith lost a couple of their eBay accounts, but Graham Stinson. Josh Smith, Seth Beer, Michael Bush, Adley Rushman, Joshua Mears, that's a nice card, Matthew Thompson, and Coca-Cola. I think I'm just going to put the Michael Bush up. I'm just going to leave that one. That's a nice little auto right there. I know a guy. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, that's kind of what they do. And then they'll create another account and come back and do it again. And it's crazy because, I always thought I would never break with that guy. If I seen somebody doing that, I would never break with them. That would be like the surefire way to get me not to break with you. But I don't break with anybody anyway. Just because I don't really have, the time. Yeah. Quite a few. There's a couple breakers that were caught shilling their own eBay auctions and still break. I'm not going to go name any names, though, but it's not very hard to find. Desan Brown, Josh Jung, that's a nice card. Josh Jung, purple. Logan Davidson, refractor auto. It's where you place inflated bids. Say you want the Yankees to sell for more. When somebody bids the Yankees to $20, you bid, $21. And then they've got to bid again to beat you. Dane Dunning. When you don't really want to win them, Their excuse was that they were trying to buy their own teams because they wanted those teams. It was ridiculous. Once you looked at their bidding pattern, you knew exactly what they were doing. It was a huge thread on Blowout, but it's been a few years. Andrew Vaughn, that's a variation. That's a cool card. Andrew Vaughn variation. Riley Green. Aaron Shunk. Blue Wave Auto, Aaron Shunk. I just like saying that guy's name. Yes, exactly, driving up the price. You want to hear something worse than that? All right, this is how this guy was doing this, okay? So this is what he would do. He had 2 eBay accounts, right? So let's say it's this box, right? Well, this box that we're doing right now, right? So this is what he would do. He would sell the spots, right? 30 teams. He would sell the spots on eBay. And a lot of times, you know, he would basically lose money. Just, you know, they weren't selling for whatever, but he didn't seem to mind, right? He would sell all the spots. And then George Kirby. And the same guy kept winning the big team. Like, what? Let's see what the big team in here would be. All right, so Rockies, White Sox, right? Rockies, White Sox, and A's. The same guy would win those teams. Well, he did this one break, and there was this Sandy Koufax hit. A really nice Sandy Koufax hit. And sure enough, the same person won the Dodgers again. So I knew that something was going on, right? I mean, the same guy keeps winning the big hits. So I happened to just search on eBay for the Sandy Koufax, and I found it had sold, right? And I saw how much it went for. So I was trying to put a number on the scam, right? I know the scam exists. I'm just trying to put a number on it. But the crazy thing was, the Sandy Koufax had sold on eBay before the box break had run. So this is what this guy's doing, right? He's breaking product on camera, recording it, right? Seeing what the big hits were, what the big teams were. Then he would sell the break on eBay and make sure that with his other account, he won the teams that hit. And all the teams that didn't hit, he would just let sell for whatever price they got. Knowing good and well he was going to get the big card. So, you know, he could bid it up all the way up to where he was still making a profit. Then he would post the video. After he sold all the spots, he would post the video. And sure enough, you know, there'd be this big hit and the same person bought it, which was him. But he got so cocky and so lazy and so greedy that he was selling the cards that he won in his own break before the break happened. And that's how I caught him. And that's a pretty big thread on Blowout too, somewhere. It's in the group break, the members feedback section. George Kirby, Jimmy Lewis, Royce Lewis, sorry, Aaron Shunk, and then we're going to put this Andrew Vaughn up because that's a cool card. Dane Dunning, Logan Davidson, Refractor, Josh Jung. That's another nice card. Now that's just a level of shady that, good lord. Shady and stupid all in once in that one. Yeah. And then there was the guy, right? So he's breaking the expensive products, right? So, you know, there's only like a little stack of cards. So he would take the cards and he would put them behind the box, right? And then he would move his hands off screen and he would stop the recording. Then he would go through the hits and switch out cards, put them back, and then turn on the recording again and move his hands back in, right? But there's shadows in the, see how there's, you can see like my shoulder and part of the room. Well, people were noticing that the shadows were different, like the reflection, everything was different on the cuts. So you could actually see the cuts in the video. It'd be like this, and then all of a sudden it turned back on, it'd be like that. I don't even know. And he was switching stuff out. So how they actually caught him is when he would take the hits out of the box, right? So the box was originally sealed. He'd take the hits out of the box and put them back here, right? And then take his hands off screen. But when he did that, they saw a book, right? And when he put it down, when he took it back out, it was still a book, but it was a book the other way. One was vertical and one was horizontal. And another one, they caught him. There was 8 hits, and when he came back, there was only 7. So you don't know what card it is, obviously, because you couldn't see it, but you could see that there was a card missing. That's the kind of shady that goes on in this hobby. Josh Wolf. Oh no. Yeah. Alec Manoa. Nice card. A good breaker to order Series 1 from? Well, to be honest with you, I don't think any breaker's doing Series 1 anymore, bro. Series 1, you gotta understand that no breaker is gonna do Series 1 because it takes too much time and the profit margin is way too small. So by the time you've set up the break, broken it, sorted it, packaged it, and shipped it, you're at very least, at best, you're breaking even. It's not a product that a breaker is going to do. Your best bet for Series 1 is maybe somebody on eBay. I don't know. I mean, they're pretty shady, but there's some good eBay breakers out there. But, I mean, I would just buy it. Yeah, pray to cheap fun breaks now. Those guys, they just disappear. Everybody files for refunds and they get their refunds and then they get a bunch of negatives on eBay and then they just disappear. A lot of times they'll show up later under a different name on, breakers or Logan Wyatt to 71 old fart auto. There was this lady, right? So there's this lady. It was really a guy and a girl, but they had been caught stealing breaks. What they would do is they would run a break, right? And then they would never ship it. And they were trying to get people to pay them in gift and whatever. So they got a bunch of negatives and they disappeared. Well, then later on they showed up again. And no, they weren't shipping their cards. This time they were under a different name. And so then they posted a photo of a little girl in the hospital, right? And they had the audacity to say, this is why we haven't shipped. You guys are being so rude, asking us when we're going to ship. This is why we haven't. This is my daughter. She was hit by a drunk driver. And so somebody did a photo image search on Google and found out the picture was from Australia of a little girl fighting cancer. So yeah, the lady this couple literally took a picture from a little girl from a couple of years ago, trying to survive cancer, and put it up and pretended it was their daughter, and that's why they hadn't shipped. Just so dirty. Yeah, that guy, or what was the guy, Brandon Cooks to 99? Right. Brandon Cooks to 99. Is that the same guy? That might be the same guy. Yeah, there was actually some people that a mother and her son were gonna go to jail for fraud. I don't know if it was breaks or just sports cards in general. And they ended up committing suicide. What were they called? Daystar? Wasn't that Daystar? Something like that. Williamson, Eric Yang. Alec Manoa. And Logan Wyatt. And Josh Wolf. So this was 7. All right, guys, the last box for me tonight. See what we can hit here. Blake Walston, Balake. To be honest with you, I'd stay away from every breaker on eBay. But there's a couple that, you know, have been around a long time. If they've been around a long time, you know, you're probably okay. Just read their feedback, I guess. Bo Phillip. Ethan Small. Michael Bush refractor, another fart auto. So we've got 2 base autos, so I want to color in this last auto. There was a guy on Blowout. He wasn't, I don't know if he was breaking, but there was a guy on Blowout who faked his own death. And then pretended to be faked his own death like in Iraq. I mean, faked his death in Iraq, right? And then pretended to be his wife selling his cards to pay for his funeral. Now that's shady. There's shady and then there's that. Domingo Acevedo. Whew. I do not do razzes. I've never done a razz. Anything I do, I try to make sure everybody gets something or everybody has the opportunity to get something. Fitterer. I do have more Bowman Heritage. I'm done for tonight, though, but I do have more Bowman Heritage. Kendall Williams. I've been breaking since 8 a.m. Not straight, on and off today, but I am definitely done. Kendall Williams, refractor auto. Tyler Callahan, gold paper. Domingo Acevedo, green refractor. Logan Wyatt. Ethan Small. Bo Phillip. And Blake Walston. So that is that, my friends. 2 cases. Didn't take too long. What's up, Shalini? I'm actually out of here. All right, guys. I'll see you later. All right, guys. Have a good one.